Your doctor told you that your blood pressure should be 120/80, like a rule carved in stone for everyone. You've been working hard to reach that number, maybe even feeling dizzy when you stand up, but pushing through because that's what healthy means. But a study published by one of the most respected health institutions in the world revealed that this target might actually be wrong for you. And the real number, the one that could protect your heart without putting you at risk of dangerous falls, is probably something completely different. What you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about blood pressure after 55, and it could save your life. In this video, you'll discover 5 critical facts about blood pressure targets that most people over 55 have never been told before. You'll learn why the textbook number doesn't apply to everyone, what your body actually needs at this stage of life, and how to spot warning signs. And the last one on this list will give you a simple test you can do at home that could reveal a hidden danger your doctor might have missed. If this information helps you today, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep sharing what truly matters for your health. And if you know someone in your family or a friend who's been struggling with blood pressure or dizziness, share this video with them right now. Most people believe that 120/80 is the perfect blood pressure for absolutely everyone, no matter how old they are or what their body needs. But science has proven otherwise, and the truth is that your arteries are not the same at 65 as they were at 30. They've changed profoundly. As we age, our blood vessels become stiffer, less elastic, almost like a garden hose that's been left out in the sun for years and lost its flexibility. Your body's ability to quickly adjust pressure when you stand up slows down, and that's why so many older adults feel lightheaded or unsteady on their feet. The good news is that researchers have discovered age-specific blood pressure targets that protect your heart without increasing your risk of falls or dizziness. These targets are based on thousands of real patients, and they take into account exactly what your body needs at this stage of life, not a one-size number. And the best part is that understanding your personal target is something you can discuss with your doctor starting today, with simple tools you already have. So let's go through the 5 most important facts about blood pressure after 55. And pay close attention because each one builds on the last. Fact number 1, the 120/80 myth, and why a single number can't possibly fit every body on the planet after 55. For decades, we've been told that 120/80 is the gold standard, the perfect number that everyone should aim for no matter what. But national health guidelines have made it crystal clear that blood pressure targets should actually change as you get older, not stay frozen in time. If you're under 80 years old, the clinic target is below 140/90, which is higher than that textbook number you've been chasing. And if you're 80 or older, the target becomes even more relaxed, below 150/90, because your body works differently now. This isn't about lowering standards or giving up on health. It's about respecting what your aging arteries and heart can actually handle safely every day. Think of it this way. Your blood pressure is not a fixed number like your height. It's a living, changing measure that reflects how your entire body is working. When you're younger, your arteries are flexible, and your body can handle tighter control without any issues, almost like a brand new rubber band that snaps back easily. But after 55, those same arteries have stiffened, your kidneys work a bit differently, and your body's automatic pressure control system has slowed down too. Pushing for 120/80 in this context can sometimes do more harm than good, especially if you start feeling dizzy, weak, or unsteady. Studies involving thousands of older adults have shown that slightly higher numbers can actually protect your brain and kidneys from damage caused by sudden drops. The danger isn't just high blood pressure anymore. It's also blood pressure that swings too low when you stand up or move around during the day. So if your doctor has set a target of 140/90 or 150/90, that's not a mistake. It's personalized care. It means your doctor is thinking about your age, your overall health, your risk of falls, and what will keep you safe in the long run, not just a number. The key takeaway here is this: 120/80 is not a universal law, it's just one reference point among many different targets for different people. Your personal target should be based on your age, your medical history, whether you've had falls or dizziness, and how your body responds to treatment every day. Never compare your blood pressure target to someone else's, because what works for your neighbor might be completely wrong for you, and that's perfectly normal. If you've been feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or weak while trying to reach 120/80, bring that up with your doctor as soon as possible. It could be a sign that your target needs to be adjusted upward, not downward, and that one simple conversation could prevent a serious fall or injury. Remember, the best blood pressure is the one that protects your heart and brain without making you feel unwell or putting you at risk when you stand up. As the years go by, your arteries naturally become stiffer and less elastic, almost like a rubber band that's been stretched too many times and lost its bounce. This stiffness is called arterial stiffness, and it's one of the main reasons why blood pressure behaves differently in older adults compared to younger people. When your arteries are stiff, your heart has to work harder to push blood through them, which is why systolic pressure, the top number, tends to rise with age. At the same time, your body's automatic pressure control system, called the baroreflex, starts to slow down and doesn't react as quickly as it used to before. The baroreflex is like an internal thermostat that constantly adjusts your blood pressure when you stand up, sit down, or move around during the day. But after 55, this thermostat becomes less sensitive, which means your blood pressure can drop suddenly when you stand up, even if it was fine when sitting. Your kidneys also change with age. They produce less of a hormone called renin, which plays a key role in regulating blood pressure and fluid balance in your body. Less renin means your body handles salt and water differently, and that's why some blood pressure medications that worked perfectly at 40 might feel too strong now. Your autonomic nervous system, the part of your body that controls automatic functions like heart rate and blood pressure, also becomes less responsive over time. All of these changes together mean that your blood pressure is more likely to swing up and down throughout the day, especially when you change positions quickly. This is why older adults are much more sensitive to blood pressure medications, and why the dose that's safe for someone younger might be too much for you. It's also why dehydration, skipping meals, or even a hot day can suddenly make you feel dizzy or faint, because your body can't compensate as fast as before. Understanding these changes is absolutely critical because it explains why a slightly higher blood pressure target is often safer and more appropriate after 55. Your body isn't broken, it's just working differently. And the goal of treatment should always be to support how your body functions now, not fight against it. Research has shown that older adults with slightly higher blood pressure actually have better blood flow to the brain and kidneys compared to those with very low numbers. This doesn't mean high blood pressure is good. It means there's a sweet spot where your heart is protected and your brain still gets the oxygen it needs. If your blood pressure is too low, especially when you stand up, your brain might not get enough blood, and that's when dizziness, confusion, and falls can happen. So the goal isn't to push your numbers as low as possible. The goal is to find the target that keeps you stable, strong, and safe throughout the entire day. Talk to your doctor about how these age-related changes might be affecting you, and ask if your current target is still the best fit for your body right now. Fact number 3, orthostatic hypertension, a condition that affects up to 30% of older adults and is one of the most overlooked dangers after 55. Orthostatic hypertension is a fancy medical term for something very simple. It's when your blood pressure drops suddenly and significantly when you stand up. The official definition is a drop of at least 20 points in the top number or 10 points in the bottom number within 3 minutes of standing up. But what that really means in everyday life is dizziness, lightheadedness, blurred vision, weakness, and in the worst cases, fainting or falling to the ground. This happens because when you stand up, gravity pulls blood down into your legs, and your body has to quickly tighten blood vessels to keep pressure stable. But as we discussed earlier, your body's automatic adjustment system slows down with age, so the correction doesn't happen fast enough, and pressure drops. For a moment, your brain doesn't get enough oxygen-rich blood, and that's when you feel dizzy, unsteady, or like the room is spinning around you. Studies have linked orthostatic hypertension to a significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, hospitalizations, and even death in older adults over time. In fact, research shows that people with this condition are twice as likely to experience a serious fall compared to those with stable blood pressure when standing. The problem is that many people don't even realize they have it because the symptoms can be mild at first, just a slight wobble or a second of dizziness. But over time, those small moments add up, and one day you might lose your balance completely, hit your head, break a hip, and end up in hospital. Orthostatic hypotension can be caused by dehydration, blood pressure medications that are too strong, or simply the natural aging process affecting your circulation. It's also more common if you take multiple medications, have diabetes, or have been sitting or lying down for long periods without moving around much. The scary part is that this condition is often invisible on a standard blood pressure check, because those checks are usually done while you're sitting down. Unless your doctor specifically checks your blood pressure while you're standing up, which many don't do routinely, orthostatic hypertension can go completely unnoticed. National health guidelines now recommend that everyone aged 80 and over, or anyone with dizziness symptoms, should have their blood pressure checked while standing. But the reality is that many older adults never receive this simple test, and they continue to live with undiagnosed orthostatic hypotension for years. If you've ever felt dizzy when getting out of bed, standing up from a chair, or reaching for something on a high shelf, pay close attention to that feeling. It's not just getting old or low blood sugar. It could be a sign that your blood pressure is dropping too low when you stand, and that's a serious issue. The good news is that orthostatic hypertension can be managed with simple changes and adjustments to medication. But first, You need to know you have it. Fact number 4, and this one is going to surprise you. The myth that intensive blood pressure treatment always increases. Falls in older adults is completely wrong. For years, many people, including some doctors, believed that lowering blood pressure too much in seniors would automatically lead to more dizziness and more falls. This belief made sense on the surface. After all, if your pressure drops too low, you might feel lightheaded and lose your balance, right? But a landmark study involving thousands of older adults, including many over 75, completely challenged this assumption with hard data and real results. The study compared two groups. One group had their blood pressure lowered to below 120, and the other group was kept below 140. What researchers found was absolutely shocking. The group with tighter control, the 120 group, did not have more falls or injuries from falls. In fact, the intensive treatment group actually had lower rates of orthostatic hypertension compared to the standard treatment group, which seemed impossible at first. This tells us something incredibly important. The real danger is not blood pressure treatment itself. The danger is overtreatment in frail or very sick older adults. There's a huge difference between a healthy, active 70-year-old and a frail 85-year-old with multiple health problems, and treatment should reflect that difference. For older adults who are relatively healthy, active, and not frail, tighter blood pressure control can actually reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and death. But for those who are frail, have frequent falls, take many medications, or have difficulty walking, a more relaxed target is often safer and more appropriate. The key word here is personalization. Your blood pressure target should be based on your individual health, your risk of falling, and how your body responds to medication. So if your doctor suggests a lower target and you're feeling strong and stable, don't be afraid of it. The science shows it can be safe and beneficial for you. On the other hand, if you're feeling dizzy, weak, or unsteady, that's a clear sign that your target might need to be adjusted upward, not downward, for your safety. The biggest mistake is assuming that one approach fits everyone, because it doesn't, and that's exactly why this myth has caused so much confusion and fear. Many older adults have been scared away from proper blood pressure treatment because they were told it would make them fall, when the truth is far more nuanced. The real risk of falls comes from untreated high blood pressure causing strokes, or from medications that are too strong for someone who is frail and unsteady. What this research teaches us is that age alone should never be the only factor in deciding your blood pressure target. Your overall health and frailty matter just as much. If you're over 75 and your doctor is hesitant to treat your high blood pressure because of fall risk, bring up this research and ask for a personalized plan. The goal is to protect your heart and brain without compromising your stability and independence, and modern medicine can absolutely achieve both at the same time. Fact number 5, and this is the most practical and potentially life-saving piece of information in this entire video: the at-home orthostatic vital sign test. This is a simple test you can do at home to check if your blood pressure is dropping dangerously low when you stand up, and it takes less than 10 minutes. You don't need any special equipment, just a home blood pressure monitor, a flat surface to lie down on, and a timer on your phone or watch. This test is directly aligned with national health guidelines that recommend checking blood pressure in different positions, especially for older adults. Here's exactly how to do it step by step, and I want you to write this down or save this video so you can refer back to it later. First, lie down flat on your back on a bed or the floor and rest completely still for 5 full minutes without talking or moving around. After 5 minutes, measure your blood pressure while you're still lying down and write down both numbers, the top number and the bottom number, with the time. Now stand up slowly and carefully and immediately measure your blood pressure again while you're standing still, within the first 30 seconds if possible. Then, stay standing in the same spot and measure your blood pressure again after 1 minute of standing, and then one more time after 3 minutes of standing. Write down all of these numbers in a notebook or on your phone, along with how you felt during each measurement, especially any dizziness, lightheadedness, or weakness. Now here's what you're looking for. If your top number drops by 20 points or more, or your bottom number drops by 10 points or more, that's a red flag. Even if the numbers don't drop that much, if you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or unsteady when you stand up, that's also a red flag that needs attention. This information is incredibly valuable because it gives your doctor a clear picture of what's happening to your blood pressure throughout the day, not just in the clinic. Many people have perfectly normal blood pressure when sitting in the doctor's office, but their pressure drops dangerously low when they stand up at home. If your test shows a significant drop or you experience symptoms, do not stop or reduce your blood pressure medication on your own. That could be extremely dangerous. Instead, write down your results, bring them to your next doctor's appointment or call your surgery, and ask if your medication needs to be reviewed and adjusted. Your doctor might reduce the dose of one medication, switch you to a different medication, or change the time of day you take it to prevent those dangerous drops. This test is especially important if you take multiple blood pressure medications, if you've had falls or near falls, or if you often feel dizzy in the morning. It's also important if you've recently started a new blood pressure medication or had the dose increased, because that's when drops are most likely to happen. By doing this test at home, you're taking control of your own health and giving your doctor the exact information they need to keep you safe and stable every single day. Now let's talk about what you can do starting today to protect yourself and make sure your blood pressure is working for you, not against you. Step 1. Get a validated home blood pressure monitor, one that's been tested and approved by the British and Irish Hypertension Society for accuracy. Step 2. Start keeping a simple diary of your blood pressure readings along with any symptoms like dizziness, and bring that diary to your next appointment. Step 3. Practice the pause and pivot technique every time you stand up. Sit on the edge of the bed or chair for a few seconds before standing fully. Step 4. Stay hydrated throughout the day, because even mild dehydration can cause blood pressure to drop suddenly when you stand up or move around. Step 5. Ask your doctor or pharmacist for an annual medication review to make sure all your medications are still appropriate for your current health and age. And Step 6. Have a frank conversation with your doctor about your personal blood pressure target, especially if you've had falls, dizziness, or feel unsteady. Now, a word of caution with love and care. If you have kidney problems, diabetes, take multiple medications, or have a history of falls, be extra careful. Never stop or reduce your blood pressure medication without speaking to your doctor first, because stopping suddenly can cause dangerous spikes in pressure. If you're on blood thinners, diuretics, or medications for heart conditions, any change to your blood pressure routine needs to be discussed with your GP first. This isn't about fear, it's about being smart and safe, because your health is too important to leave to guesswork or advice from the internet alone. Always bring your concerns, your home readings, and your symptoms to a healthcare professional who knows your full medical history and can guide you properly. Imagine waking up tomorrow, standing up from your bed without that wave of dizziness, walking to the kitchen feeling steady and strong, and knowing with confidence that your blood pressure is exactly where it should be for your body right now. If this video helped you understand your blood pressure better, please give it a like, share it with someone in your family who needs to hear this, and check out the 2 recommended videos on your screen to keep learning how to take control of your health. Your health is your most valuable treasure, and taking small steps today can protect your independence, your energy, and your joy for many years to come.